evening and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. It's been 5 days since the violence against minorities in Bangladesh started. 6 people have been killed in the rampage so far, hundreds injured, and even more left homeless with their houses and villages attacked and burnt. Finally, after watching 5 days of suffering in Bangladesh, there seems to be a creeping realization in India that this is the reason why. These pictures you see on your screen, they are the very reason why CAA, the Citizenship Amendment Act, was proposed, drafted and passed in our country to enable minorities of the kind who are being killed and tortured today in neighboring countries to escape the persecution. That is, if they want to.
Idols of the Durgas, and then after they have raped, they have looted the houses of Hindus, and then they have destroyed the establishment, commercial establishment of the Hindus. We urge the government of Bangladesh to take strong action against all those infiltrators, all those peoples who are involved in this incident.
ধর্মনিরপেক্ষ রাজনীতি বিশ্বাসী আমলে সরকারের আমলে ধর্মীয় সংখ্যালঘু হিন্দুদের উপর কেন নির্যাতন হচ্ছে এটা কোনোভাবে গ্রহণযোগ্য নয়। আজকের যে এই মানববন্ধন এবং বিক্ষোভ কর্মসূচি শাহবাগ থেকে আমরা দিয়েছি, যদি বর্তমান সরকার এটা যদি কোনো ব্যবস্থা না হয় তাহলে আগামীতে আমরা আরো দুর্বার আন্দোলন করে আমরা এর দেশকে আমরা অচল করে দেওয়ার।
What is surprising though, that exactly those parties who earlier had championed the Kagas Nahi Dikhayenge movement today are demanding that the Indian government immediately take the Kagas from the persecuted minorities in Bangladesh and help them get refuge in India. Today they showed an unusual alacrity and urgency, not just in demanding the immediate notification of the CAA, but also castigated the Modi government for having failed to do so far. One wonders though, what has caused this change of heart, and will this change of heart stay, or when election season is round the corner, the Kagas again resurfaces?
The question is that 2 years after this law has been passed, the rules which are normally meant to be issued within 6 months of a law, of an act becoming a law, have still not been issued. The fact is that there are minorities, religious minorities in different parts of the subcontinent, in Afghanistan, in Bangladesh, who are suffering atrocities. So the question that needs to be asked is, was CA brought in 2 years ago by the government of India as a political gimmick?
जब सीए नहीं है तो सीए क्यों नहीं है, सीए हो रहा है तो सीए क्यों हो रहा है, आज सीए का जरूरत पड़े कहाँ है सीए, तो हर स्टेज में आप अलग अलग बात करें। आप चाह रहे हैं कि इसकी जरूरत है, जो आज की घटना आपके सामने सबूत है, बांग्लादेश से, पाकिस्तान से, अफगानिस्तान से संख्यालघु भाग भाग के आ रहे हैं, उन्हीं को यहाँ से यहाँ हिंदुस्तान में सुनिश्चित उनकी नागरिकता करने के लिए, सम्मान देने के लिए हमने कानून बनाया था। आप विरोध कर रहे थे और रूल बुक फाड़ रहे थे, संविधान का और संसद का अपमान कर रहे थे। आज आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ जरूरत है, और इसीलिए सरकार बहुत दूरगामी चिंता करके ये कानून बनाया था। मुझे लगता है इसकी सख्त जरूरत है।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, joining us on the debate, Jeevel Narasimha Rao, National Spokesperson and MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sri Raj Nair, National Spokesperson of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, which incidentally today protested against the atrocities on Hindus in Bangladesh. Professor Manojit Mandal, political analyst, usually supports the Trinamool Congress. Arshpreet Khadyal, spokesperson of the Congress and advocate in the Supreme Court. Dr. Tasleem Ahmed Rahmani will be joining us in just a bit. But I want to ask you first, Jeevel Narasimha Rao, because even those who were supporters of the BJP are today asking, what is holding you back from notifying the CAA? It's been a year, over a year.
2 years.
No, Padmaja, I think the whole country knows the turn of events after the law was passed in January. And the parties like the TMC, the Congress, the Communists, whose governments in the states have actually passed resolutions against CAA saying that we will not implement it. Let me mention Mamta Banerjee. She said this CAA is a means to deceive people. And she also said this will not be implemented in West Bengal till I am alive. So people who have protested like this have no right to question. And for those who have supported such a legislation, why this has not been implemented? Certainly it's on the agenda of the government. It's certainly taken longer than it usually takes. One, because of the COVID, and also the need for suspending many other actions like the census. And there was a lot of rumor mongering that was done, which actually was intended to really scare people in this country. Certainly the delay is on account of 2 or 3 factors, but certainly political parties which have opposed this in the past, even after this was passed in parliament, they have a right, they need to apologize to the people of this country. They need to apologize to the minorities, Hindu minorities in Bangladesh, particularly parties like Trinamool Congress, as to why they opposed it. We certainly will implement it. It's a matter of time. We have sought, the government has sought time till March.
Okay, an apology is being sought of the Trinamool Congress. Professor Manajit Mandal.
To ensure that all these rules are framed.
I tell you, I mean, look how they are blaming it on the opposition party. Why don't now they listen to the opposition party, opposition voices? Are they waiting for our not to implement the CAA? The fact remains that it was done in a particular context to appease the Hindu voters in Assam, the 12 lakh Hindus who are out of NRC. And if you forget this context, then you will completely deceiving the country. Because NRC and CAA, it was a combined sort of combo platter for them, for the BJP, which they had to later on, ultimately they had to retract because of the movement. The CAA, NRC for us will always be a deadly combo. However, and let me say this, the citizenship on the basis of religion is not accepted by us. It is a principal stand which will remain till it is cleared by the highest court of the country. But
citizenship is based on persecution. It is not based on religion. It is based on persecution, which is based on religion.
You are shedding crocodile tears at the plight of the Bangladeshi Hindus. What your Home Minister said 2 years back, that Bangladeshis are all termites.
No.
What are you doing?
Again, you keep misquoting. Bangladeshi infiltrators. Infiltrators. There is a difference between infiltrators and refugees. Sir, do you not know the basic difference between infiltrators and refugees?
And the pure people who are entering India. What then are you doing with this?
Okay, I don't. Okay, Jivilal Samarao will respond. Jivilal Samarao. Today you are shedding tears. You call them termites. Jivilal Samarao.
I with these 12 lakh Hindu Bengalis in Assam.
No, I think this is an absolute. This is an absolute misrepresentation. TMC is known to really spread lies. This is yet another lie. We were certainly against infiltrators, and we continue to hold that stand. But like you rightly said, this is for religious minorities in this country who have sought refuge in this country. And today, when Bangladeshi Hindus are being targeted, why doesn't Mamta open her mouth? Is she also seeking votes in Muslim votes in Bengal in the name of killing Hindus in Bangladesh? Why has she not opened her mouth?
She has actually. So Trinamool Congress today wrote in their mouthpiece where they said, why is the Prime Minister inactive on the issue? In Jago Bangla, they have said, we wonder why the Prime Minister who went to Bangladesh to pay his respect during the polls was inactive from the beginning, and whether this is being done to provoke Hindu sentiments in Bengal. Jivilal Samarao.
No,
they are accusing you of provoking Hindu sentiments in Bengal, actually, using Bangladesh as a crutch.
No. Okay.
What okay?
I think beyond a point, I think it does not behoove any political party to indulge in such cheap politics. Here, lives of people are in danger. They've been endangered. They've been targeted. Hindu brethren in Bangladesh are living in fear. And this is not a time to do politics. Mamta Banerjee, you have won the election, and you have continued with your gunda politics even after elections. But let's not, at least don't indulge in this kind of cheap politics when lives of Hindus are involved. Lives of people
Politics.
are involved.
Arshpreet
I
Kadyal.
think TMC
Can I
cannot
respond?
and should
Okay,
not stoop
before
so
you
low.
respond, sir, I think others also need to come in. Arshpreet Kadyal, is this now proven that religious persecution is a reality and people need protection from religious persecution, which is why there was CAA?
See, just please don't interrupt me for 60 seconds. I want to clarify to the audience that
the Congress condemns this horrendous act. Second of all, CAA is problematic because it reduces the circle of help. We want all the communities that are being persecuted should be helped out. CAA kya karta hai? It puts in a wall in the in
No,
between
sir,
in the
you
middle
are saying that
and
now.
does not allow
You
that.
are saying that now because it is very difficult to explain the
Padmaja, may I?
atrocities that have
Padmaja,
happened
may I?
not just in Bangladesh,
please?
but before this in
Padmaja, may I,
Afghanistan
please?
and before that in Pakistan.
May I complete?
I'll tell you why.
Please,
No,
may I
no,
complete?
I'll tell you why. Hold
May
on
I
a
complete?
second. Let me quote to you what was said by the Congress party by none less than Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, where she said that this is to disenfranchise the poor Muslims in India. The entire rallying cry for the CAA rallies was कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे. This was never about the kagas of any Indian Muslim. It was about minorities in our neighboring countries. Then why was the kagas nahi dikhayenge made into the linchpin of the anti-CAA movement? Because there was a misleading at that point. What was never about Indian Muslims was made about Indian Muslims to try and say that this government is going to shut you in camps. That is the problem, sir.
May I please?
Yes.
पहली बात तो what you're talking about referring to is the NRC issue documentation पे आती है, CAA में नहीं आती.
Sir, I will show you all the CAA protests which were against the CAA. NRC hasn't even been started yet. Point number one. The only thing that was being operationalized was the CAA. The protest was against the CAA and the rallying cry was Kaagaz Nahi Dikhayenge. Tell me what is the connection between Kaagaz Nahi Dikhayenge and CAA? Name me one connection.
Just give me. If you would keep interrupting me, Padmaja, I won't be able to speak. You've interrupted me twice. Just give me 60 seconds and ask as many questions.
You
as
are
you
not
want.
sticking to the point.
Hear me out.
The point
I am
is,
sticking to the point. If you will hear
the
me out, will you know if
opposition
I'm
was to
sticking
the
to the point or
CAA.
not?
The
If you will hear
messaging
me out,
about the
you know
CAA
if
was
I'm
it is
sticking to
to
the point or not.
disenfranchise
Allow
Indian
me.
Muslims. And today
Please
in
hear
our
me out.
neighborhood we see what it was really for. But please
All
go
right.
on.
Now, please hear me out. First of all, we already have asylum laws in place. Anyone and everyone who is being persecuted could be evacuated, could be brought to India, and he could be given or she could be given citizenship. It's even better than CAA. Then why do we have to have CAA? Now, for example, Padmaja, if you lived in Afghanistan or Bangladesh, you might be evacuated because you belong to these 6 communities mentioned under CAA, but I could not be because शायद मेरी community नहीं होगी. So they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kadyal, because आपकी community included नहीं है. We won't be helping you, evacuating you. लेकिन हम पद्मजा को लेकर जाएंगे because उसकी community mentioned है. अब ये कहाँ का लोकतंत्र है, कहाँ का justice है, कहाँ की अच्छाई है? Help करना है तो
Should I tell you? You actually gave your answer in your answer. I'll tell you how. आपके लिए मिस्टर खडियाल asylum laws हैं, आपके लिए asylum laws हैं जिनकी अभी आपने तारीफ की, तो वो मुझे कहेंगे हाँ जी पद्मजा को CAA में ले आएंगे और मिस्टर खडियाल आपको हम asylum दे देंगे. जिस तरीके से मुसलमानों को भी citizenship दी गई है, but not under the CAA. Do you not know that? I'm sure you know that because you're an advocate in the Supreme Court, but you're not telling us this. You do know that Muslims have been given citizenship as well by India. In the last 5 years, in the last 5 years, Muslims from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan have been given citizenship of India. You know that, right?
First of all, CAA, एक मिनट, CAA only expedites citizenship, nothing more than
Exactly.
that. 11 की जगह 5 साल में.
इसलिए
दूसरी बात,
खडियाल
जो
को भी
asylum
मिलेगी.
laws, एक मिनट, अरे सुन तो लीजिए.
हाँ, बोलिए.
Asylum में अगर asylum laws के अंडर कोई व्यक्ति आ रहा है, उसके साथ discrimination उसको 11 साल में मिलेगी, जो CAA के अंडर आ रहा है उसको 5 साल में मिलेगी. और अगर इतना ही अच्छा था तो 2 साल हो गए, अभी तक उसको इंप्लीमेंट क्यों नहीं किया? प्लान ऑफ एक्शन क्यों नहीं निकाल करके लेके आए? एक भी व्यक्ति को ना तो बांग्लादेश के ना अफगानिस्तान के को सिटीजनशिप दी है. इट वाज नथिंग बट अ पॉलिटिकल गिमिक टू वो.
That is not true. That is not true. Muslims have actually been given citizenship of India, and I will give you the statistic, but let Sriraj Nair respond to you. Sir, you are a little caught up in your own rhetoric, but let Sriraj Nair respond. Then I'm coming back to you, Jeevan Narasimha Rao.
Please do not put a wall in the middle. Please do not put a wall in the middle. Help everybody. Do not discriminate. Do not have bias. Let everyone be helped. Let anyone who's being persecuted.
Okay, let everyone be helped. Let everyone be helped. What the Congress actually wanted, Sriraj Nair, was that people of all religions across the world should all come into India if persecuted. Sriraj Nair. But that is not true because आपने बोला था कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे and that the messaging was all wrong and you were misleading, sir. But anyway, let's let that go for a while. Sriraj Nair, yes.
Yes, Madam Padmaja, according to him, Bharat is not a dharmashala. It is, how can this nation in a democracy? In a democracy, it is very important to have a constructive opposition. But in this case, at this very crucial juncture, in the name of opposition, we have a bunch of anti-national sitting. Now, we all know CAA had nothing to do with the Muslims of this country. These people brainwashed them, they created fear, and today's look at the situation. Hindus who have been at the receiving end for nearly 800 years are being still persecuted. Now they are talking about Muslims to be allowed citizenship. Then why did the partition of the Congress party was responsible for the partition of this country? Why was and when the partition happened on release, please, Rahmani, shut up. Let me speak. When partition happened on the religious line, why was this nation partition?
You shut up. You cannot say that.
Please, let's be civil to each other. A request, please, let's be civil to each other. Let's be civil. Yes. We're all civilized people here. Let's be civil to each other. Yes.
It's a home. If Muslims come, it becomes a dharamshala. How can you discriminate? How dare you do this anti-constitutional work? How come you say that India is not a dharamshala? Is it a dharamshala for Hindu? Is it a dharamshala for Hindu? Is it a dharamshala for
Yes, this is our land.
You shut up. Is it a dharamshala for Hindu?
Okay, Mr. Rahmani, again, like I said earlier, please let's be civil to each other. Nobody will tell each other to shut up. If you have a point to make, please make the point.
Bharat is a Hindu bhumi. How and this nation was partitioned on religious lines.
Is it a dharamshala? How can you use this kind of
why
word?
did you leave us?
You said the real crux of
why you people like you were responsible for carving out Pakistan and Bangladesh?
Okay, I'll respond to what Sriraj Nair is saying. Respond to what Sriraj Nair is saying, that there can be no equivalence drawn, and I'll tell you why. There can be no equivalence drawn between the people you are mentioning and the ones who have been put in the CA. I'll tell you why. Take a look at the comparison between just Bangladesh and India. Now, the decadal growth rate of Muslims in India has always been higher since independence. Muslims between 1951 and 2011, the decadal growth of Hindus was 16.8%, of Muslims was 24.6%. At the time of independence, India's Muslim population was 9.8%. Now we are at 14%. In 2011, we were at 14%. Compare that to Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, in 1940, the Hindu population was 28%. Today, they stand at 8.96%. Reverse of what has happened in India. In India, Muslim population went from...
Wrong.
How is it wrong? How is it wrong, Professor Mandal? This is statistics.
I tell you.
Tell us.
You again take the statistics out of context.
How?
71 happened and people had to fly from Bangladesh.
So now let me tell you, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
How can you forget the
Now let me tell you. Now let me tell you, sir, even after 71, no, just a second, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Now let me give you more statistics. At the time, एक second, in 1940, the population of Bangladesh, Hindus, was 28%. After the creation of Bangladesh, the population of Hindus was still 13.5%. And today it has gone down to 8.96%. Since the creation of Bangladesh, the number of Hindus has gone down even further, Professor Mandal. So please, do not get, into this thing of contorting data. But answer this. Arshdeep Khadial, there can be no comparison because in India, the population of Muslims has steadily gone up. And in Bangladesh, it has steadily gone down. That of Hindus, that of minorities. Arshdeep Khadial.
No, please understand one thing. We are more than willing to help communities, but we just don't want there to be a wall in between. We want that if anyone is being persecuted because of any whatever reason, they should be helped. Now, when a person steps into India, the persecution is brought to a halt. CA to citizenship expedite karta hai, so why do we have to have CA in the first place? Second of all, I don't understand this thing. If it is so great and so good, then why has it been 2 years and still there are no rules, that are being framed about CAA? This goes on to suggest the fact that the BJP, was just trying to pull off a political gimmick, nothing more than that. Third thing, please understand this statistic that I was trying to quote. अफगानिस्तान, बांग्लादेश और पाकिस्तान, पहले तो 3 countries are involved. हम ये भी आपको कह रहे हैं कि मुस्लिम्स का आपने एग्जांपल तो दे दिया कि ये यहाँ पे परसेंटेज कम हो गई, बढ़ गई. अरे उनकी परसेंटेज ऑलरेडी इतनी कम है कि अगर आप उसको बढ़ाएंगे भी तो वो कम बढ़ेगी.
Okay, answer that, Jivel Narasimha. Argument is you can just give refuge. Why are you giving citizenship to Hindus?
No.
Just keep them safe.
You see, no. I those who are demanding why it has not been implemented, I want them to openly apologize for opposing it in the past. Otherwise, you have no bloody right to question us. Okay? We are committed to implementing it, and we will do it very soon. We have already told the parliamentary committee by January 2022, this rules will be framed and the laws will be implemented. It's you have not done this for decades. We are certainly doing it within the next few months. And as regards why Muslims, this law does not discriminate among Indian citizens, and it cannot. And this law does not pertain to the citizens of India. So why should anybody say my religion is being targeted? This is to give justice to people who have remained outside India at the time of partition, which happened on the basis of religion. And you and Pakistan and Bangladesh did not fulfill. They did not fulfill their commitments. No, Padmaja, let me complete this. Just let me complete this.
Okay, Mr. Rahmani, let him complete. Mr. Rahmani, let him complete. In fact, you're being asked to tender an apology for subjecting these minorities to the kind of suffering that they are facing in Bangladesh these days. Yes, finish your point, Mr. Rao.
Padmaja, at the time of partition, there was a commitment that those who remain in the respective countries, irrespective of their religion, their rights will not be infringed. India has not only given equal rights to Muslims.
Okay, answer that, Mr. Rahmani. Mr. Rahmani.
And treated them more than Hindu citizens in this country. While they have been targeted.
You tell me which document has that kind of a commitment? कौन सा document है बताइए तो. सिर्फ कहते रहने से हो जाता है. What was the commitment and in which document there was a commitment? Quote it.
There is historical evidence. I think they had to. Every country had to give.
Which are the historical evidence? Tell me.
This country. No, are you supporting Pakistan? No, let me ask you a direct question. Are Muslims? Okay, please answer, Mr. Rahmani. You are a very educated man. Please answer this.
No, I'm supporting the Bangladeshi Hindus.
Please answer
I will rather support the Bangladeshi Hindus.
Are Hindus?
I will support the Bangladeshi Hindus. Are you supporting Bangladeshi Hindus? Are you supporting? I challenge you, and I am asking you.
No,
are you supporting Bangladeshi Hindus?
I will answer your question. Please
and
answer my
in
question,
what manner? I am supporting them.
Please answer
I stand with.
Are Hindus treated on equal
what I have to do with the Pakistan? What I have to do with the Pakistan?
No, you were, but then why do you have a problem?
I'm telling you, I am standing with the Bangladeshi Hindus. Because they are persecuted today.
It's this country's decision.
You have to be honest.
Okay.
You have to be very honest.
So the challenge being thrown by Mr. Rahmani is very different. Sriraj Nair, in fact, he is saying that why just stop at 2014 cutoff date? People who are suffering today should also be given refuge, along with the Hazaras, along with the Shias, along with the Ahmadiyas. Sriraj Nair.
How does citizenship even matter when it's about evacuating people?
Mr. Rahmani, let me complete. You have been intervening when I'm speaking. See, after Pakistan was carved out on religious lines, Mr. Jinnah, in his first speech, had said all Hindus are welcome to go to temples. They will have religious freedom. But what happened immediately? Mr. Joginder Mandal, who was the first law minister, who happened to be Hindu, he himself was persecuted and he had to run away to India. And Ahmadiyya, out of 56 Islamic nation, there was only one Nobel Prize winner and he was an Ahmadiyya. They declared them as non-Muslim and they persecuted the Ahmadiyyas. So are we responsible? First of all, they'll take our land, they plunder our wealth and they again victim cry. This is
Salim was not Ahmadiyya. Salim was not Ahmadiyya.
And
But
we
there
will
was a
welcome
protest
only
in Salim, he
Hindus
was
in
not-
this land.
he was not
We
a-
will not welcome a single Muslim from Afghanistan, Pakistan or Bangladesh.
So-
Rather, infiltrators have to be
you are exposed.
booted out of this nation.
You are
Mr.
submitting
Rahmani,
Before
we
we
will
go
not
around exposing anyone, let me actually quote to you the guarantee that you sought, that Pakistan had actually assured people at the time of partition that everyone would get equal rights. On the 9th of October, pardon me, on the 9th of August 1947, here's what Muhammad Ali Jinnah had said, Mr. Rahmani. He had said to the Hindu population, you are free to go to your temples, you are free to go to your mosques or any other place of worship in the state of Pakistan. You may belong to any religion or caste or creed. This has nothing to do with the business of the state. And apparently, such was the backlash and such was the level of Hindu phobia, call it what you will, anti-minority sentiment, that even the next day's newspapers did not carry it in Pakistan. But anyway, be that as it may, sir, right now the question being asked of you is, do you at least acknowledge that persecution in the neighborhood exists?
You see, whatever is happening for last since the Durga Puja day is certainly and brutality on our Hindu brothers in Bangladesh. I condemn it in unequivocal words, and I am ready to go to them to save them. Whatever extent I have to go, I can go to them, because this is an injustice, cruelty, brutality, or whatever word you call it. It is there in this today, say for last 1 week. But we have to understand who were the people who posted that on social media, that video. We have to know them. There are some agencies involved, and they don't want the people of Bangladesh and India to live in peace after the Afghanistan.
You will kill people. You will burn temples. You will burn shops. One video and you are the most intolerant.
Don't talk. Yes, there can be. There are the public sentiments everywhere in the world. But that must. But अरे आप तो हर वक्त खतरे में रहते हो. आप तो खतरे में ही रहते हो. आप तो पैदा खतरे में, वो खतरे में रहोगे भारत में भी. आप थोड़ी, आपसे क्या बात कर रहा है?
And one video you will burn temples.
आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. आप हिंदू मुसलमान से बाहर नहीं निकलोगे. आप जो लिंचिंग करते फिर रहे हो, आप जो
exactly what you are doing. You are seemingly, while condemning, trying to tacitly legitimize what happened. Even if somebody, and just by the way, ISKCON temple has contradicted this theory. But even if there was a Facebook post which was defamatory, does that allow for the murder of 6 people? Does that allow for the burning of entire villages?
It's a crime.
This is not about one Facebook post,
they must have to be arrested.
You surely have to be deluded to think that entire villages would be burned because of one Facebook post.
There is an FIR against 4,000 people. There is an FIR against 4,000 people. 150 people has been arrested. 4 has been killed in the police firing. You tell me, after the Babri demolition, how many of the demolition are arrested and given a punishment? Rather, they have become the cabinet minister. They have become the governors. They have become the chief ministers
But that is not.
States.
So just a second. First of all, any arrest is not going to bring back those who are dead. Point number 1. Point number 2, the larger problem which still hasn't been addressed is that there is a fundamentalist section in Bangladesh to which the very existence of this minority is unthinkable. And that is the harsh and unpopular truth, Mr. Rahmani. And that is what this law recognizes. When this population is in minority, they will constantly be subjected to persecution. It doesn't matter. whether there is a Facebook post or not.
Do you know how many of the hardliners? Do you know how many of the hardliners has been executed in Bangladesh since Sheikh Hasina Wajid came into power?
People who do not fall
Can you give me the number?
Who do not fall under
कितने लोगों को फांसी पे चढ़ाया है बांग्लादेश में?
उनसे पल्ला झाड़ ले हम। हमारे को ह्यूमैनिटेरियन हमारे पे जिम्मेदारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है। जो कम्युनिटी सीए के अंडर नहीं फॉल करती पल्ला झाड़ ले, उनको बचाए ना, उनकी हेल्प करे,
विभाजन करवाया, आप लोग जिम्मेदार हैं।
अरे एक कम्युनिटी के बारे में मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहता हूँ,
आप लोगों ने
आप मदद करना चाहते हैं ना, मदद करना चाहते हैं ना। अरे सुन लीजिए साहब,
ये जो हत्याएं हो रही है,
आप मदद करना चाहते हैं, आप मदद, मैं तो कहता हूँ सबकी मदद कीजिए। आप मुझे एक बात बताइए, अगर आपकी कम्युनिटी खुद की सीए में ना फॉलो करती, वहां पे होते आपको कैसा लगता? कैसा लगता आपको? अगर आपकी कम्युनिटी कोई और होती, सीए में ना फॉलो करती, आपको ना लेके आते, कैसा लगता आपको? आप पर्सिक्यूट हो रहे होते वहां पे।
मैं हिंदू, हर हिंदू
लेके आते,
हर हिंदू बौद्ध जैन सिख,
अरे मैं वही कह रहा हूँ,
जैन सिख क्रिश्चियन मुसलमान को कैसे मिलेगा? मुसलमान ने ऑलरेडी देश का विभाजन किया है,
दूसरों को भी
देश का विभाजन हो चुका है, तो फिर विभाजन
को भी लेके आओ।
Okay, let me ask this question to Jeeval Narasimha Rao, because this is well pointed out. You know, when there were Sikhs fleeing from Afghanistan, the issue of CAA was brought up. When there were, forcible conversions of Sikh girls in Pakistan, they were abducted, etc., the issue of CAA was brought up. Now we're again talking about CAA in context of what is happening in the year 2021 in Bangladesh. But Mr. Rao, the CAA in its present form won't even include these people, because its cut-off is the 31st of December 2014. So are you going to retrofit the law to include these persecuted people as well?
No, first of all, Padmaja, for already millions of people who have come to India and are living without such citizenship, they are the priority of the government. And certainly, if a need arises, government, I'm answering that. You have no right to even ask questions. You must apologize. Mamata Banerjee should apologize. And as far as if a date needs to be extended, if there is such a such a need arises, Padmaja, if such a need arises, we will certainly consider that. And as regards Mr. Rahmani was asking what is the agreement that Pakistan will treat citizens equally. I think this is the agreement 1950. Padmaja, let me ask this gentleman to
one
keep
by
quiet
one, Mr. Mandal. Mr. Mandal, I want to tell Mr.
Rahmani.
You will rebut in full. Let Mr. I think he's answering Mr. Rahmani.
Mr. Rahmani.
I knew that you will quote only this one.
Mr. Rahmani, let me complete.
Was not a permanent pact.
Why
let him finish, please. Then Mr. Rahmani responds.
On 8th April 1950, can I finish and then you counter?
Yes.
On 8th April 1950, an agreement was signed between the Prime Ministers of India and Pakistan, and it reads, agreement between the governments of India and Pakistan regarding security and rights of minorities. Nehru Liaquat Agreement, and it clearly said governments of India and Pakistan solemnly agree that each shall ensure to the minorities throughout the territory complete equality of citizenship irrespective of religion, something we have honored. Pakistan does not honor.
Okay.
In Pakistan, they are not equal citizens.
Answer Mr. Rahmani, then Professor Mandal. Answer Mr. Rahmani.
They are even targeted.
No.
So then why should Hindus who have been denied their basic rights,
I knew that he will quote only this agreement. That's why I asked the document. ये गूगल करने के बाद अब बोले, मुझे मालूम था इनको यही करना है और यही एग्रीमेंट था. इसी एग्रीमेंट के तहत इन्होंने पाकिस्तान में माइनॉरिटी के प्रोसिक्यूशन के खिलाफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान से क्या ऑब्जेक्शन थे बताइए. 70 साल में कितनी मरतबा आपने वहां के लिए लोगों के लिए लिखा. आपने बांग्लादेश में शेख हसीना वाजिद एंड मुजीबुर रहमान वर ऑलवेज फ्रेंड ऑफ इंडिया. आपने अभी तक क्यों लिखा था. आपने बांग्लादेश में क्यों लिखा था. एंड अफगानिस्तान इज नॉट अवर नेबर. अफगानिस्तान इज नॉट अवर नेबर. अवर नेबर इज म्यांमार, वेयर हिंदूज आर माइनॉरिटी. And our neighbor is Sri Lanka. Our neighbor is
Okay,
Sri Lanka.
you are not reacting anymore to the Nehru-Liaquat Pact at all, Mr. Rahmani. Now you are talking about geography, that we do not share a contiguous border with Afghanistan, so we should not be addressing minorities over there. Yes, Professor Mandal, would you want to respond to Jibel Narasimha Rao? Because he has said that we will consider when it comes up in Parliament.
I am
to include people in 2021 as well.
According to Nehru-Liaquat Pact.
Let me demonstrate.
One by one. Professor Ranajit Mandal now.
Go to Assam. 12 lakh Hindus and 7 lakh Muslims are out of the citizenship. They are doubtful citizens. If we implement CAA, the Muslims will not get the citizenship, whereas the Hindus will get. That is the discrimination we are talking about. And I repeat, go to Assam. It's a classic case of how the CAA is discriminatory. It will be proven. If we implement there, out of this 19 lakh,
sir, can you please talk about CA first in West Bengal?
That's why.
Why are you more interested in what is happening in Assam?
Any sensible person believes in the constitutional democracy must oppose CAA. I have given an example.
Tell us about the numbers.
I have given a solid example of Assam. But again, even for these 12 lakh Hindus who are doubtful citizens and suffering in Assam detention camp, they are not doing anything. Now they are shedding crocodile tears. Who will believe these people? 2 years back they used to call them termites. All the Bangladeshis, irrespective of their religion.
If we leave aside Assam for just 30 seconds, because the issues in Assam are much more complex with regard to their ethnicity, with regard to the indigenous people. In the rest of the country, the implementation of the CAA, do you support it or not, sir?
Persecuted minorities. Just use the word persecuted minorities.
Doesn't it show you that minorities are persecuted?
Take out the religious denomination. Say persecuted minorities in neighborhood countries.
For them, Rohingyas. I think they're Mamta's
a maximum number of Rohingyas are sheltered by your state.
It only beats for illegal Muslim immigrants. It only her heart beats only for illegal Muslims.
Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. GVL, you are a parliamentarian. Don't use unparliamentary words. Maximum
No, come on, I think Mamta Banerjee pursues the worst form of vote bank politics.
To divide us.
I think ask her. I think she should have a humanitarian face.
People of Bengal,
I think she has won the election. She has won an election. Let her show some humanity.
You cannot divide us, Mr. GVL. You have tried your best during the election. 3 months back, people of West Bengal.
No, but you tell her then why is Mamta Banerjee not? Why doesn't her heart beat for Bengali Hindus in Bangladesh?
Bengal on communal line, you cannot. You can act as a second Lord Curzon, but you can Lord Curzon even Lord.
Okay, you know the irony is that everyone sitting here talks about persecution, about humanity, about empathy, but there are plenty of examples in our neighborhood in just the last 1 year which show how persecution manifests itself in real life. Do you think that those people deserve to find shelter and citizenship in India, or are we going to get caught up in narrower politics, domestic politics, and exclude all of them? I'll leave it to your judgment. Thank you very much, all gentlemen, meanwhile, for having.